Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. It's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I'd like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines.
Hello, hello, we are live. Hello, everyone. Anyway,
we're all doing this.
What are you doing now?
Follow theme, follow suit with the mighty.
You guys are funny. Well, to start this out, I would like to say hello, everyone. Welcome to the new year of 2023. With the start of a new year brings a start of fresh hope, a list of New Year's resolutions, and much, much more. Today, Lost for Words, Gil Skills, and I want to talk about mental roadblocks and things related to this. Also, we want to discuss how we can try to overcome these challenges and become a happier, better, more wholesome person in the short time we have here on Earth. So with that, we can begin to chat about things, eh?
Eh?
And say and
and
say hello to all.
Like a Canadian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I would like to say hello to everybody here. Good to see you all. And as time goes, I may play some buttons and whatever, but
Buttons.
Buttons.
Look at all the amazing people here. Make sure you share it out, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls of all ages.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
See, they've been trained. They've been trained.
How many are you? How many watch hours are you missing?
Well, I think the last I looked, it was like 3,300. I'm at now.
She's getting there, girl.
So I gotta, it's that competition of the end of the year, right? Things get older, but then, we'll get there one day. We'll get there.
It's only a matter of time.
We just want to see your lovely smiley face, Fishy.
I know. Well, that's the goal. So, yeah, keep on watching, folks, and then the camera will come on. Yeah. But maybe first we should say hi to all these lovely folks. What do you think? You think we should?
That's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
All right. Well, I'm going to put people on screen here so you know who we're saying hi to. We're going to say hi to Sunflowers. Yay!
Sunflowers. Welcome.
Welcome.
Laura Lee, great to see you.
Laura Lee's life. It's a beautiful one.
It's a beautiful one, that's for sure. Toy Man's Bar and Grill, wonderful to see you here.
Hi,
A
Rob.
great place to hang out when you want to chill with
And
Gil.
look at this.
And
We even have
Boyman's Bar
Gil
and Grill.
Chill with Gil.
Look at this. We even got Gil skills. Oh, wait. He's on panel, isn't he?
Who is that guy?
Allegedly. Hashtag allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's right,
Allegedly.
allegedly, exactly.
He is
All
hiding
you're seeing
behind
is
the
a floating
screen.
orb.
Yes. A pulsating one at that.
Whoa.
Hi,
Orb.
hi, Seth. Hi, how are you doing?
13. Come on now.
Good to see you, Seth. 87 was a good year.
And Lost for Words is here too.
Hi, everyone.
She is a wonderful person and very attractive, might I add.
Aww.
I
Both
agree.
the cameras
Both
off. I think I'm
And
blushing.
intellectually.
I think I'm blushing. Wow.
Are you blushing?
Yes,
It's because it's,
your pulsating orb is blushing a little bit.
Yeah,
it
I
is,
think it is.
but that's because it's true. It's because it's
Aw.
true.
It is
Okay.
true.
Wolfenhound.
Far too
Wolfenhound is here. Look at this.
Hey, nice.
Wolfenhound,
My boys.
welcome.
Rawr, Laura Lee says. Hi, Bubble Ellis. I'm jumping, sorry.
You're fine. Jules, good to see you here. Jules, happy place for
Jules.
dogs.
Hi, Raves.
I love dogs.
Oh, she's got two of the most beautiful puppies, and she trains dogs over in the United Kingdom. You guys would love her. And she's a good human. Just saying.
Vanessa Kitty, good to see
Hi,
you.
Vanessa.
Vanessa
And yeah,
Kitty.
and hi Raves. I'm not saying on the StreamYard side, but I see Raves must be here somewhere. I just haven't seen
Raves
her
is
comment.
Jules' happy place for dogs.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering,
Same
where's
person.
Raves? Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you.
TJ.
And there's Square Table. Hi Joey, good to see you here. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Joey.
Welcome. Good to see
Bee
you.
Whizzle.
Bee Whizzle is Bee Whizzling. Bee Whizzle.
Welcome,
My
back.
shizzle bit was welcome, my friend.
Welcome to his house.
And there's Ralph Morick. Great
Hi,
to see you.
Ralph.
Ralph, how you doing, buddy?
And Dave is here.
Dave.
Good to see you, Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here.
But
Oh, wait, wrong
Oh,
show. Sorry.
yes,
Wrong show. And all the people. Oh, there's Bubblevis. Bubblevis, good to see you.
Elvis is in the house.
TJ Giggles. Farts?
Hi,
Does that
TJ.
say farts? Farts and drones.
Farts and
I thought it was-
drones.
I thought it was something else before. Oh my.
Hey, Nora.
Nora, how you doing, buddy?
I see Lee. I see Nora. Anybody else I
Just
missed?
romper 'em.
Hello to everybody. Hello.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
We are glad you are here, all of you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
all
being here.
all
Happy Thursday.
22 of you. Good to see all 22 of you. All right, so where shall we begin?
At the beginning.
No way.
In the beginning. Never mind.
In the beginning.
I love that laugh.
I do too. Isn't it great? It's great to
It
be
is.
laughing. We've
Very
you know,
contagious.
so I guess I can start, so to speak. It was weird because we've been talking about doing a collab for the last, couple of weeks or whatever. And we were like, well, what should we talk about? What should we talk about? We were talking about some mental roadblocks and the things that kind of hold us back. And last week we had to postpone due to, an planned circumstance. And then
Yes.
all Hades broke
My mother
loose
had too
in-
many tacos.
all Hades broke loose in my world. And I found myself struggling with some of those mental roadblocks that we were going to talk about. And holy crap, you talk about synchronicity and timing, right? Because
Yes.
Fishy, I think you also had something similar
Yep.
in your
Yeah. Because
world.
all of a sudden now I find myself all of a sudden not in the environment I was in. Basically, I was planning to leave that toxic environment, but it just ended up a little sooner than expected. So yeah, all of this is like great timing that this all got postponed because it's very relevant in our lives right now for Lost for Words and I for sure, and I'm sure many others can also relate to this topic that we're going to be talking about.
Right.
Very relatable.
Well, and I think when we sat down and discussed, the different pivot, like the talking points and the things that we were going to talk about, one of them was had to do with, self-defeating behavior and the power of kind of positivity in your own brain. And I had a little meltdown, on Sunday night. And it was one of those things where I was feeling like, oh, great, poor me. I was kind of peeing in my own cornflakes for a little while because sometimes circumstances will happen and it kicks your feet out from under you and you kind of feel helpless.
Yes.
And it took a day to, get over myself and give myself a little bit of grace to feel the emotions. But then it was like, okay, well, what am I going to do to pull out of that? Where is my brain telling me I can't, when I know that I'm capable? And then it's a matter of reaching out to other people and lightening the load a little and getting a different perspective.
This is very true. I know this for myself. The first couple days, all I could do was cry, because change can be good, but change is hard. And then
It's scary.
your brain gets very stuck, just like we want to talk about today. We get these roadblocks. We get very stuck of normality, whatever that is, be it a normal, good normal, or even a hurtful normal. Your brain gets stuck on that. And so if something changes and you're uncertain of exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, it's very scary and very hurtful. And yeah, let's just say there was a couple days of a lot of tears. The last couple days I haven't been in a lot of tears. It's a little bit more stable now, but I'm sure there'll be more. And yeah, it's very rocky. Very rocky, but there'll be a better future once things get figured out more. Yes.
These ladies that I'm graced to be with tonight are both living testaments of needing to take that leap of faith and make the necessary changes to improve their quality of life. And it's a very difficult thing to do, especially when you've become accustomed to those things in your life, and all those what ifs tend to add up and ultimately starts developing into self-defeating behavior, and it kind of you're smacking yourself back right into the position. It's like you're knocking yourself down to size by doing that sometimes. And it's very, very difficult to take the steps that these ladies have taken. And we want to acknowledge that with all of you as well. I've got certain parallels going on in my life as well.
Well, and I think one of the things that we had talked about before too, the last time we all talked, and what I've talked with Fishy about is that, a lot of people are at different places in their path, right? But it always helps to be able to learn something new, a new perspective from another person, even though I may not be in the same environment that Fishy's in. She still has a lot of wisdom that she can offer me. She still has a perspective, and I can draw inspiration from her positivity at the times when I'm feeling a little bit down or lonely. And we can draw on that support, so to speak, from somebody else who's also struggling. It might be something different, but we still can share that, and I can learn some new skills from her. And sometimes that's really important.
Yeah, this is very true. We kind of, we both are able to glean things off of each other, which is building and making us stronger in our paths, even if they're slightly different. I want to say hi to Mr. JRCs for being here. Good to see you.
Welcome. I almost wanted to say you have mail.
I totally remember the old AOL days. On the internet.
You have mail.
The old timers will remember that.
You got mail. You got mail. You got.
I don't even think
That's
that was
funny.
in stereo.
Right.
But in all seriousness, it can be really, really difficult to build up the courage to do what's necessary to not only improve your quality of life, but those around you. I'm going to use I'm going to use this phrase. Maybe you don't like marinated mushrooms. Anybody like marinated mushrooms?
I love all mushrooms.
Okay, does
Mushrooms are
anybody like
good.
marinated anything? Maybe eventually everybody would like a marinated something, okay? Well,
Yeah.
people tend to marinate in their own negativity, okay? I'm bringing it back. People tend to marinate in their own negativity. So if you have a bunch of negative things that happen in your life, especially all at once, or if it builds up over time, people feel like they're stuck and they can't move because of that. And sometimes, like Losfer said, sometimes it takes someone that's been down that path to guide you through yours.
Yeah, it's nice to have people in your life, even if the circumstance is slightly different, that's been there. So then you don't feel so alone. And a lot of times they can give you some wisdom.
Less
Yeah.
marinated.
Less marinated.
Less
Well-
marinated.
Well,
Hi,
and I-
Sarah Ann. Good to see you.
and I
Hey,
think-
don't get
and I
me
think-
wrong here. This is a very serious discussion. Like, sarcasm and humor is a coping mechanism.
It
So
is. It
Absolutely.
please
is.
don't feel like I'm disrespecting anyone's situation or anything like that.
No. Well, and I think too, to add to that, it's one of those things where sometimes you can manage a small crisis in a manageable piece if it comes at you, but it seems like a lot of us don't sit and resolve them the way that we should, so that when another thing comes up, it's like the straw breaks the camel's back. And that's, for me, that's one of the things where it's like, okay, well, now I'm starting to recognize that I'm putting myself in that position where I need to resolve things a little bit more completely before the next thing comes and kicks me out. And then I'm laying on the ground going, I'm having my own little meltdown, because it is the straw that breaks the camel's back. And it's difficult when a lot of the things, the circumstances that happen, are not things that you can control. Or even if you can, like in Fishy's situation where she's living in a toxic environment, you feel stuck.
Yes,
And
you feel
there's-
stuck, very stuck, especially when people around that don't know the real story, what's really happening at home. Being that I used to be more so a people pleaser too. So you want, that people pleasing aspect. Of course, you don't want to go against the waves. But after so long of so much hurts, you're like, no, I can't do that anymore. I have to do things for myself. I have to take ownership of my own life. I have to take control over my own self and my own mind. And I mean, I have no control over anybody else, not that I'd ever want to. And they cannot have control over me either. For the longest time, it felt that way, but they really don't. Nobody else can have control over you. They can try, but they don't. In all reality. Hi, Gemma's Journey. Great to see you.
Okay,
Well,
Gemma.
And I think too, a lot of times, the people that you're surrounded with, if they're dealing with some of their own damage and their own things, and they're trying to get on the right path too, sometimes it seems like it's cycle. It happens all at the same time, and everybody's kicked and everybody's feeling in that, and you get into that kind of group mentality where we're all pissing and moaning and we're all kind of having a tough time, and it's difficult to step back from that and focus on, all right, what do I need to do, and kind of remove yourself from that situation and try to reach out and find a different perspective. So, I mean, it can be good and bad, because sometimes a group of miserable people will drag each other down and kind of enable, and I'm not
Reinforced
saying,
each other's negativity.
right. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not bad to be sympathetic to other people's situation, but you don't coddle people either when it's time to make some good moves, some good decisions, and some good choices.
Yeah, this is very true. And then another thing I was just thinking of is real change is possible no matter what. But if we ourselves tell ourselves that we cannot do these things, we have convinced our brain that we cannot, even if we really can. So we have to convince ourselves that we can do this. We are our own cheerleader.
Well, we talked about, I think when we met before, we talked about the light bulb moments, right? The moment when, something kicks you and you just kind of, you get it, or something will click and you'll be like, maybe this is what I need to do, or maybe this is what is possible. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to how much effort are you willing to put into it, mind, body, and spirit, right? Have that positive mentality. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to have roadblocks in that progress or in that process. It just means that you have to be accepting that it's a process. It's not tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up and everything's going to be hunky-dory.
Yes.
And to add to that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope.
Oh, I just saying yes to that. You go ahead.
to add to that, you don't have to go through that process alone. That's
Right.
one of the first things that a lot of people do is they close in on themselves and think, I'm not going to burden anyone else with my issues. That's not the case. A lot of friends and relatives get mad at people for that. It's like, I want to help. Let people help you. Find the courage to reach out to people and find someone you trust enough to be able to discuss your situation. And like Losfer says, that fresh perspective from that special someone could be life-changing for you.
Yep. Well, and I think for me, I have a good circle of support, both in my first world and in my virtual world. But sometimes the situation, when you're really close to people and they're your good support, sometimes they don't always give you the perspective that is needed. They'll tell you what you want to hear. They're used to kind of I don't want to say pacifying, but kind of making you feel better, or kind of, having sympathy. But sometimes you need to go to the other people that you can trust, who are going to be a little bit more tougher on you and give you kind of that tough love kick in the ass, pardon my French, but kick in the butt, that says, you might be doing this to yourself, because we all kind of need that reality check. I mean, I'm pretty good at telling myself to stop feeling sorry for myself and get up and do something. Not everybody has the ability to do that. And they'll reach out to support system people that they're really close to, who are going to kind of continue to blow smoke up their tail, because they don't want to conflict. And I'm kind of a truth teller. If somebody says, hey, I'm struggling with something, I'm usually the one to say, I'm not Willy Wonka. So if you're looking for, platitudes, I'm not going to give them to you. And sometimes I need that myself. I need to go to a different person who's going to say, you might want to think about it from this perspective, because you're kind of doing this to yourself.
Well said.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's well said.
And it doesn't mean you have to be a jerk about it, or be, really like, rah, 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 rah. I mean, there's a good way to tell somebody that they need to kind of buck up and stop feeling sorry for themselves. And there's a time for sympathy, but there's also a time for people to recognize. For me, it's recognizing bad patterns of behavior that I do to myself in situations of crisis that give me that roadblock that says, I can't do this. And how do I take that T off and make it I can do this? I just have to push harder, or give myself some breathing space, or whatever the coping mechanism is that's going to be healthy.
Having that moment too, that when you realize that you need help or you need to make that change, starts that journey of that situational awareness for you too. As your life progresses, and if you want to affect real change, one of those things has to be inside you. You have to put yourself in a constant maintenance mode, if you will. And forgive me if I'm not articulating this the way I want to, but you have to constantly be checking yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I following the right path? Am I doing the right thing by myself and by those that I love? Those sort of things you need to have that in your head, and constantly in your head, so that you don't fall off that bandwagon. You don't take another dip that you don't want to take. I know it's not easy.
Okay.
But it's one of those things you got to do.
Yes, that's very true. And this was an interesting saying I had came across here a couple weeks ago. It says, sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, and that would reap your destiny. Which is kind of a nice little saying. I thought it was pretty interesting.
That is cool.
How all those little pieces go together.
I want to thank Yankee
like
Outdoors Adventures as well.
So here's kind of the thought, right? You start with a thought, and yep. You may end up being a doctor or whatever your destiny is, right? So we're not all cookie cutters, are we? We're not all shaped the same. We have to split up and do what we're meant to do.
I love this. That is so cool. I'm glad you're back, Yankee. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, I mean, we all do it. We all have that self-defeating behavior, and one of the keys is to recognize it, whether it be yourself or, you know, I think a lot of the times, really good friends, you know, try to address certain things with you if there's an issue, or if they see an issue, like you're in a toxic relationship and they want to talk about it with you, something like that. Sometimes people can take that as critique and almost take offense to it. But am I making any sense, Fishy?
Yeah, it depends on your state of mind, how you
Right.
will take it when somebody is probably, they're just trying to help you sometimes, and they're trying
Yeah.
to sharpen your sword a bit. And sometimes we take it as, you're hurting me. I'm just that bad. But sometimes they're not meaning it bad. They're just trying to enhance your life, or at least give you some nice positive suggestions.
It's like that boss, you know, in that virtual conversation, you know, they have to tell you that you smell. You know, they don't want to tell you that you smell. And how do they know you smell? Do you have a scratch and sniff video screen? But anyway, kind of like that.
I see Wolfenhound says, I want to grow up to be a robot. Well, here you go. Here's a robot.
Oh, I like it. Very nice.
Yeah. I have my little buttons I like to push, you know?
I like the buttons. And I like chunklets.
Chunklets. Oh, we have that too. Chunklets.
Yep. We talked
Right
about
there.
chunklets.
Hashtag chunklets.
Yes. In the last live stream that me and Go Fishy did, we talked about chunklets and
Yes.
the importance of not taking everything on in your brain all at once.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Take one step at a time.
And I can relate to that one here as of last Saturday is when I was removed from my toxic environment. You know, I wanted to. I mean, it kind of happened a little sooner than I wanted to. But anyways, it's going to be a good thing. But when it first originally happened, and then when I was like at the hotel and all alone, of course your thoughts go, and I was thinking of like all the things, like the whole entire elephant that you're going to eat kind of thing, right? And it's like, it was so overwhelming, you just want to curl up and die, really. But then it's like, no. Okay, so we got to take it back and think chunklets, right? One little chunk at a time. Like, what do I have to do now? And that's all you can do, is figure out one step at a time.
Getting a puppy. Ralph?
Another thought is, where is that? Oh, another thought is, the more that you blame others for your failures and shortcomings, the less power you keep for yourself and the more power you give to others.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. I mean, I know a lot of people. Some are somewhat close to me. Nobody here. But there are a lot of people that never apologize and are never wrong.
Yes. Yeah, people that never apologize and are never wrong have some things to work through. But of course, that would be their choice in their life. Because like how each of us live our life is our own choice. And we can't make that choice for anybody else in this life. We can give them suggestions, like you were saying. You could critique and give them awesome info. But it's up to them.
Take a running start and kick them in the behind?
No, not really. It's kind of like the analogy of bringing the horse to the water, right? You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water, can you? You can have it right there. Be like, this is wonderful water to drink. This is going to make you less dehydrated. It's going to make your life a lot better. But we can't force it.
Absolutely. So philosophical tonight we are.
When somebody thinks they don't have a problem, it's a one-sided. And it's all one-sided. Person does have a problem. Yeah, it has to be more than that. Fishy, a sub to your new channel. Oh, well, thank you there, Rick. That was very nice of you.
You're awesome, Rick. Thank you.
Okay, what is he a firm believer in? Ralph Mork says, I am a firm believer in I didn't say it was your fault. I said I was going to blame you. Okay, Ralph Mark.
Ralph Mork has a scrapping scapegoat in every situation. Hey, you waste Mike.
Oh, good to see you there, E-Waste Mike. I hope things are going well. Oh, looks like Rick is doing well on his subscribers. He said he's at 102, not 102, 802 subscribers. Not 102, no.
You know, that what we're talking about also applies toward ambitions as well. You know, like for instance, you know, Rick just mentioned that he's at 802 subscribers. Congratulations on that.
Exactly.
You know, if don't ever think that you can't do something, and don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do something, unless it's like murdering somebody, in which case I wouldn't do
Well,
it.
yes, if it's
There
something.
are some exceptions.
Yeah,
But
we don't want people doing that. No.
if somebody says you can't be a YouTuber, you're not YouTuber material. I'm the type of person that would do it in spite of them.
Well, see, I
just to
was
prove
told
it
by
wrong.
people, certain peoples, that that I wouldn't be successful on YouTube and that other people wouldn't like me. I mean, I've been told all kinds of things, but
And here you are with 20 people watching you at the moment.
yes. Oh, Gemma said, Fishy, can you tell Gil I'm trying to say hello? Gemma's trying to say hello to you.
My apologies, Gemma. I'm looking at all sorts of stuff here, so I apologize. It is good to see you. But yeah, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do something. Rise up and prove them wrong if they do.
Yep. And each of us can view things differently. Because in my mind, we all have our own manual, and in our own manual, it might say something different, right? So one person may think that, I don't know, washing dishes, let's just say something about dishes. One person might think washing dishes in the sink is just fine, but another person thinks that you should wash them in the dishwasher because their manual says that would be cleaner and more sanitary. I don't know, but it doesn't mean that washing dishes in the sink is wrong. It's just a point of view. It's just we have different, it doesn't make it right or wrong, right? We all have our own views, our own manuals in life. And that's something I found to be interesting, that we all
That's true.
write our own manual, see?
I like that.
We are
Look at
our
that.
own manual maker.
We are our own manual maker. Yeah, some people like, pineapple on pizza. Some people don't.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So there you go. And
Where'd
life
Losfer
has
go?
different seasons too. I think she had a phone call.
Yes.
Life has different seasons, right? Be it in good, healthy relationships or not, like it or not, there's always going to be change in life. Because I know myself, I'd be like, if you were to ask me, I'd be like, I hate change. I do not like change. But guess what? Change is going to happen no matter what. Even if life is just pristine and wonderful, there's still change. Like a long time ago when I was younger, I remember us getting together with relatives at several holidays during the year, and I got to see my really good friends, which happened to be my cousins, and it was great. It's when we were all single and enjoying life and we were young. But that season isn't here anymore, and then it moves on, and then you lose grandparents and other things just shift and change, even if things were just perfect at home when you live. You know what I mean?
For a
There's still
minute, I thought you
change.
were talking about like paprika and garlic salt and stuff.
Oh,
I'm glad I kept my mouth shut.
oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's different seasons in life, and I think that especially people like Lost Words and I that have been through really, really tough situations with other people in our life and toxic environments and just not very nice human beings, when we have to basically, it feels like you're starting over. Or if you lost loved ones too, when you feel like you're starting all over, you just have to think of it as a new season. Yes, it might be scary, and unknowing and all those things. But it's a brand new season, a brand new one. It's got to be good then, right?
Life is what you make it, my friends. There's certain things that are outside of your control.
Sorry.
And
You're good.
as you get older and you gain more wisdom, you'll start to realize what those things are. And
Hi, everybody. I missed.
sense of relief.
I apologize. That was for work. It's an after-hours call, but I'm putting together a team building thing for my group, and the guy called to let me know the information, and I have to do it. So I'm like, anyway, sorry I missed everything.
That's okay. Well, we were just touching on about seasons. I was just saying how there's different seasons in life, you know, kind of like, you know, be it we just got out of a bad relationship or lose loved ones or whatever it is, or just even if it's a great life, there's still going to be different seasons because things happen. We get older, we get married, things happen, right? So there's different
Right.
seasons. So just because you were through a bunch of bad things, and like myself now, I'm a totally like new start to something. That's a new season. So there could be a lot of good things. There's hope. There's growing that can happen now that I'm not being compressed in a toxic environment anymore.
Well, and I also think that what goes along with that, I'm smoking, that's why I keep shutting my camera off, is that when we're dealing with stressful situations, we have a tendency to forget of the progress or the successes that we've actually had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to remind people that, especially when they're really feeling down or they're struggling and they come to me and go, hey, you know, I'm really having a tough time and I want to give it up, or I just want to stop doing what I'm doing. And I remind them, listen, you're at 100% success rate of surviving this far, right? Things are going to get hard, but you have to go back and give yourself some credit for some of the things that you've already overcome, because sometimes that's kind of the mental block that you need to kick out, is that I can't do this. Well, you can, because look at all of the things that you've already done and all of the hardships you've already overcome, and you can do this. It might be a little harder than the last one, but you can get through it because you've come this far already. So sometimes it's really important to remind yourself that you've succeeded in a lot of things that you didn't think you could do before. And it's important to remember that, because patting yourself on the back isn't a bad thing. You need to give yourself some credit that you are stronger than you think you are, even when you're down on the ground feeling pretty low.
Yes, very true, because it can be very overwhelming. Like I was saying earlier, that if you don't look at things like with hope, I guess, and chocolates or whatever you want to say, it can feel, chunklets. It feels very overwhelming. It's like a mountain of stuff that's so overwhelming that it really just makes you want to curl up and just die or something. Like, I can't do this. But you have to just refocus your brain and be positive and be like, yes, I can do this. You got to tell yourself you can do this, because that's the first thing. Because if you tell yourself you can't, then you can't, because you just told your brain, no, turn off, we can't do this. And then you gotta, for myself anyways, I like to write things down. I like to make it into pieces and be like, okay, I'm gonna accomplish this by this day. And oh yeah, you got your paperwork there, huh?
Well, I made the list. I mean, to be fair, I have a really large task ahead of me that means I have to go through everything that I own and start minimizing. So that's a really large task, but I have to break it into smaller, manageable pieces. So by making a list, it's like, all right, well, step 1, step 2, step 3. And I'm like you, Fishy. When I can cross something off that list, then I can at least see the progress. And sometimes I need that to keep going, because sometimes a really long list of 20 items that are on a piece of paper is really overwhelming to look at.
It can be, yes, but if you start crossing them off, it feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like myself, for the longest time, and I haven't here the last few days, but now that I'm getting back to it, I'll probably do this again. But the very first thing on my list for the day is usually wake up. We aren't guaranteed another day. Did you know that? We're not guaranteed tomorrow. I mean, we could be all done today. This could be our last time of seeing each other, and that's it. I mean, we don't know. Nothing is guaranteed. So to wake up and be able to cross off the first thing that say, I woke up, I'm breathing today. That's a great accomplishment that I didn't even have to do. I get to cross it off, and that just feels so nice. I did something, and I didn't even do anything yet. I just woke up. That's all.
And it's amazing. Something as simple as that can start building your self-confidence back up.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thanks to Fishy and Lori in their own way have helped me through a tough times. So from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank you, both amazing people. So there you go. Yay! And that's what we want to do. We're trying to help our own selves, obviously, first off, and we are hoping that us just talking about real stuff here that can radiate and help others at the same time. That would be
Well,
awesome.
I think one of the things that we touched on when we discussed having this as a discussion is that a lot of times our own mental roadblock is, some of the past failures, I guess, or growth opportunities, as I call them. But we get stuck in this space of we don't deserve good things, or we're
Oh,
not good
right.
enough to have good things. And that in itself is a really tough mental block to get over, especially when you're in a toxic relationship, or you're in a toxic situation, or in my case, I'm in an apartment complex that I can't stand. And so I'm like, the old school mentality is, well, you made your bed, now lay in it. And it doesn't have to be like that. But when you get kind of stuck in that mindset of I don't deserve, or I'm just not good enough, or whatever, because why does this always happen to me? Right? How come I can't have nice things? Whatever. And I think that happens with a lot of people, because people face a lot of crisis alone, and they don't have the support systems in place to find new perspectives, or find solutions, or get good feedback from people who've been there, done that kind of thing.
Yep, that's very true. Get stuck in that. Yeah, because sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes it feels like when it rains, it pours, and it's like, why me? And then we get into that negative pity party thing of why? Why?
Well, and I mean, to be fair, I think all of us go through that, and there isn't anything wrong with feeling sorry for yourself, as long as you use that to motivate you, to push yourself that extra mile, or to get over that little hump, or that hurdle. Because
Very true.
I'm guilty of that too. I had my own little meltdown on Sunday night. I was like, but sometimes you need to feel that way for a minute, because it does motivate you to go, okay, well, am I going to lay on the ground and cry about it, or am I going to fix this? What steps do I need to take now? And sometimes that's your own motivator, and sometimes it's listening to other people go, hey, you've been through worse, you can get through this.
Sometimes it's your outlook too. I'm sorry, Fishy. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that sometimes when things shift and change, and sometimes if somebody actually treats you kind or nice, if you're not used to that, it feels, I don't know, it's almost like you get guilty, or it feels odd. It's nice, but it feels different. And then sometimes you think it's going to like go away, I think too. Like, okay, this is nice, but it's going to go away, and it's going to be like I'm used to, even if it's a different person, if that makes any sense.
Well, we get conditioned to believe that everybody is going to treat us the same way.
Yeah.
And when like we've talked about before, when you start establishing boundaries and telling people, no, this is the way I expect to be treated, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, people push back on that. They're like, wait a minute, I was comfortable with the old way. You can't change like that. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I can, and I'm going to keep progressing forward, and I don't have to tolerate that kind of behavior. And then when somebody comes along and does respect your boundaries, you're like, whoa, when are they going to turn and not?
Exactly. You anticipate.
You worry about that. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to jump out of the plane without the parachute.
Oh, that's scary.
No, that's my life now. That's pretty much my life now. Every single thing I do is, do I have a plan A, B, or C, or do I just pull the trigger? And sometimes you just have to, whether for good or for bad.
There's a wisdom in all of our experiences that we can gather, and how we gather those experiences and how we perceive those experiences can affect our life moving forward. Like, I'll give you an example. The cliche, I look at life glass half full or glass half empty. You can look at life as a pessimist and take all that negative stuff and start anticipating negativity, but that turns you into a negative person, and therefore radiates negativity around you. People don't want to be around those types of people. Whereas if you start realizing that and realizing that those experiences have turned you into a pessimist, where you almost expect the next bad thing to happen, that's going to affect you in a negative way. If you realize that and you start making that paradigm shift and start expressing, or if you start going through an optimistic outlook, that can radically change. I mean, like I said, none of this stuff is easy. Don't get me wrong. But if you notice that you're on that track, try to shift it a little bit. Try to look at it glass half full. Try to look at your situation glass half full. Hey, there are a lot of people that have it worse off than I do. I can do this.
Well, and to be fair, I mean, there are a lot of people who have a situation that is worse off, but it doesn't negate your own experience. You still have a right to feel the way that you do, regardless of somebody who might have it worse. It's just hard. It's, you know, and I'll address this. Sunflower says, you know, one needs opportunities for people's hard work to pay off. Sometimes the opportunities seem really meager and small, and it seems like you're stuck because of a situation, whether it's, I don't have a vehicle, or I don't have education, or I need a bachelor's degree, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes we have to compromise and make different choices as a stepping stone to a greater thing. It just depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish. And then I don't know who wants to address the boundaries thing. It's, for me, it's about communication. Honestly, it's, boundaries are, this is me. This is who I am. These are my expectations. If you want to be my friend, be honest with me. Don't lie to me. Be transparent with me. Don't sugarcoat stuff. That's a boundary. And if people come at you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, you need to have a conversation with them, and they need to respect that you're your own person, you have your own thoughts and feelings and emotions, and that they need to be respected. And it's a two-way street. But a lot of people,
they can have boundaries too. Yeah,
right. Everybody should have their own personal boundaries, but I think the problem comes when people don't communicate them clearly or transparently, and they make a lot of assumptions, and assumptions cause problems.
and I think some people assume, and sometimes if we're in it, we just assume that if you're in marriage that you can't have boundaries, but actually it's good to have healthy boundaries even within a marriage or a relationship that's, you know, be it you're married or just girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. If you're together with somebody, you should have your own boundaries in those too, for you both to be healthy and all that. But I agree. I mean, it could be circumstances or words. I mean, it could be like, yeah, I agree. I don't want people lying to me. If I have somebody in my life that's going to keep lying to me, well, I would rather not have that. So you either have to shift that, or I would like you not to be in my life, you know, because I need honesty. And yeah, everybody has their own unique boundaries, but they're just healthy boundaries. And like Lost for Words said, you need to communicate it, because people are not going to be able to read this through your mind or something, like know that, oh, that Fishy doesn't like this or that. I mean, you have to express it and let them know and be firm about it. Put your foot down. You can't just be wishy-washy about it either with your boundary.
Steve's place, the word respect and the word boundary, they don't always go hand in hand. I wanted to address that real quick. Mm-hmm. Boundaries to me is, it's different for everybody, but it's the difference between what's okay for me and what's not okay for me. And communicating that to others, you know, those are my boundaries. Like, I don't like friends talking behind my back. I don't like people that are cheaters. I don't like people that make fun of other people, you know, those sort of things. Those are boundaries to me. Respect is an acknowledgement of one's wishes and one's boundaries and accepting it.
That's a great
to me, that's respect. But boundaries and respects are two different things.
I gotta write that down. I love that.
Yep, that's very true. I like how that was worded too.
Respect is acknowledging someone's boundaries.
Yeah, because it doesn't mean that you have to agree with what their boundaries are, but if you want to make it work, you have to respect their boundaries.
And you have to accept it. Like, if you, like, for instance, you know, Fishy, I don't like that you spit water at Ron.
Okay.
But I respect it because that's a thing you guys do.
Right.
Right. Well, and to kind of extend on that, I mean, everybody's unique and their boundaries are going to be different.
Right.
Case in point, Fishy doesn't like profanity and kind of dirty talk on her channel. I personally, I got a really twisted sense of humor. So if you talk to me in a different atmosphere, I'm going to swear like a truck driver. My channel's full of cursey words, and I have kind of have a little bit of a different side to me. But when I'm participating in something where I'm with somebody who has a boundary that doesn't like those things, then I'm being respectful of her boundaries. She doesn't like swearing, to an extent, but she doesn't want to have, naughty, dirty talk on her channel. And that's okay. I can respect that. I can act accordingly and respect her boundaries. It's her channel. That's respect.
That's a great example.
And it can be reversed too, where I know that you are into that stuff and or like you smoke too, right? And I respect that. That's
Right.
your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm able to go over to your channel and I can glean the knowledge that you're sharing, and it's not like I stole away because of certain words or something, because I respect that's you. You're being you. You're being the true you, and that's important.
But again, I have communicated that transparently to everybody that knows who I am and said, hey, people drop my link all the time. And I'm like, hey, here's my disclaimer. I use a lot of cursey words and I talk about things that a lot of people are uncomfortable with. That's okay. It's not for everyone. But I've communicated that authentically so people understand that's who I am. That doesn't mean that I can't act accordingly if I'm visiting your channel or if I'm over at Gil's place or anybody's place. I can fit in and read the room and act accordingly based on respecting somebody else's channel or boundary.
Yep, that
Ralph,
makes sense.
that's a whole other live stream, Ralph, as far as communication, technology, and people's lack of communication because of technology. That could be a whole other live stream.
Yeah, and that's a rabbit hole too. I mean,
yes, it is a deep one.
I'm trying to dive into that with social media and how it plays out in kind of the trouble that we have with relationships and communicating. But I mean, we're forced, technology and situations, the pandemic, whatever, have forced us into a more virtual world. And it's easy for people to misbehave or not respect boundaries when they don't have any consequences. End of story. So part of establishing boundaries with people and communicating them is there's a consequence if you piss me off and you're not going to respect my boundaries and think I'm just going to be your punching bag. I don't have to tolerate that, and I don't.
Nobody ever has to be a doormat.
Yeah, and I don't tolerate.
I'm all done.
I give people a couple of chances here and there and say, listen, we can have a conversation like an adult, but if you're going to keep acting like a child, I don't want to do that, and I don't have to, and I'm not going to. And of course, people have a little meltdown about it, and that's a them problem. That's their choice. That is.
Yeah, because everybody gets their free will, their own choice, like you're saying. But then there's consequence, right? So if you do
cause
this,
and effect, Ralph, right? Instead, if you don't like consequences as a word, how about cause and effect?
Right. Well,
you piss Losfer off, you might not be friends with her much longer.
Michael, to be fair, I understand that you're used to being a doormat. The thing is that you can make a conscious choice to not do that anymore and to advocate for your own improvement in your situation, in your world. And there are lots of things that are beyond your control. And I'll make this personal. My fiance died. He had COVID and he died. I didn't get to choose that. That
wasn't like you chose for him to leave. No,
that was chosen for me. So I have two choices. I can either wallow in that, and it's a long process. The grief process is not easy. And there are days where I want to give up because it's painful to be alone. And it's painful to be in a situation that I didn't choose. But the other side of that is being able to advocate for myself and go, you know what can I do to make my situation better? How can I improve my lot in life, even though I didn't get to choose that? Am I angry? You dang Skippy, I'm angry. I'm angry every single day, but it's what do I use that anger and how do I use it to fuel my progress? And you can go both ways. It's not always going to be a happy medium, but I'm trying to find that. And it's not everybody's situation is different. But I've also found that eliminating negativity, eliminating drama, eliminating the things that don't serve me are helping me by surrounding myself with more positive people, with people who can give me a perspective or give me some suggestions about what worked for them or how their grief affected them. And we can, have kind of a meeting of the mind and feel those things together. It's tough. But it's not impossible. That's the point. It's that mental block that says, I don't want to do this anymore, but I do. Life is beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to be on this planet and be on this side of the ground. I talk too much. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Everything you're saying is gold. I mean, and look at her now, guys. I mean, you've come such a long way. We all have in our own way, but
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so proud of Lori. So proud of her.
And I'm learning to be proud of myself. And I think that's what it really comes down to. It's a lot of it is very internal. It comes from within. I have really bad days. I talk to my friends. Laura Lee is one of my best friends. I talk to her all the time. She sees me when I'm crying and I'm upset and I'm having a really bad day. And she gets it. But it gives me the ability to go, you know what? I can keep moving forward. I can keep trying. And maybe just that one person, and it doesn't have to be the same person all the time. Fishy, same way. Gil, the same way. I mean, everybody has a unique perspective to offer, and I'm a sponge. I'm soaking up all that information, but I have really bad days, just like everybody else.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it's nice when you can find somebody. Like, it's amazing and wonderful that you have Laura Lee, because you can be real. Like, you can have good days, bad days, and she's not going to swim away from you because she understands.
Well, we have a shared experience. I mean, she's a widow as well. And we're in way different places in our path. Just like you and I are in different places. Gil and I, we're all in different places in our path. But she's been through an experience that she can relate to. It's different, but I can at least ask her, hey, how did this feel for you? Or how did you handle this? Or, whatever. And it may not work for me. Just because you're given advice or an opinion from somebody else doesn't mean you have to do it or that it's gold. Exactly. But it makes you think, maybe there's something there that I can hold on to, especially when you're at the end of that rope and you just need to tie that knot and hang on for dear life. Sometimes just that small little piece might just be enough to give you that extra grip so you don't slip off. And I need that. I need that from my friends.
Yeah, because everybody, as we've talked before, you like to say that we're writing our manual, right? And I just say we all are, we're here with a different manual. So be it we write our own manual or have our own manual, we view things a little different.
Right.
It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just a different way that we, out of perspective of things, of how we do things. Like some people, like for learning, for example, I'm a very visual person. Somebody could tell me things or I could read something, but it helps me a lot more if I just see it. And then that sticks in my brain better if I'm very visual. But some people aren't, they can just read it and they know right away what it is. It just depends on what it is. And depends on the person.
Absolutely. Well, and to be fair, you and I have a very similar way of dealing or, making lists or writing things down. Other people might want to do it on their phone or, it's like baking a cake or going grocery shopping. Everybody has a different method. At the end of the day, the result is what matters, Yeah,
we're not all cookie cutters, are we? We're not the same cookie. We got to move around our own way.
Well, and some people like chocolate chips in their cookies and some people like nuts and some people don't. So
I don't like nuts. They're deadly.
Some people just don't like cookies.
I'm allergic to one of the
nuts.
You've
been teasing us with those cookies all night, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, look at this. See? Cookies.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Are those Red Hots or is that just frosting? Because
I don't know. Here's some more cookies.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, what are those, cloud cookies?
I'm going to be baking cookies after this. I'm going to be like, oh, what can we put together now and bake cookies?
I'm hungry all of a sudden.
This is all her fault because, she bakes bread and makes all these things, and then all of a sudden I have to do them too.
And here, I forgot about this slide. I actually had said this earlier, but I'll say it again with the slide up. That I thought this was an interesting saying. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. sow a habit, reap a character, sow a character, reap a destiny. So it's all just in pieces to how you get to your destiny, be it a good one or a bad one. Think about it, of our habits in life, right? You can make good habits, good choices, or bad ones, and it's steps to getting there. So it takes
I love
time.
that.
That
I
is
love
cool.
that. Well,
So it
and
takes
to me,
time either way.
that's almost
And
a
it's accurate.
roadmap. That's almost a roadmap
Yeah.
to a better life, a better future.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. Now, if we could put that in picture form, I'd be happy.
You want it in picture form?
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to make a meme. So a
Here,
thought.
I'll show you one right now. You
Yeah,
ready?
do it. Do it.
There.
Hey!
See, there's the papery thing. There's the thought, right?
Yep.
Then you got the. Let's see here. So you got the thought. Then you have the action, the habit, the character, and then your destiny. So you mean here, they're like doctors and whatever, right? So just it's whatever you want
Trying
to
to
look at it
trying
as.
to figure out the steps here, guys. Okay, we've got the thought in the upper left hand corner, and then this lady with glasses trying
She's
to write
doing-
everything down, doing her research.
She's
and
trying
then,
to do her. She's trying to take action. She's writing it
and
all
then
down. She's very involved.
we got a woman drinking maybe an alcoholic beverage or something, celebrating. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to connect the dots here.
It's supposed to be water. Drinking water. It's
okay.
a good habit. It's a good
okay,
habit.
that is a good habit. Drinking water is
Yes,
it's a good
yes.
habit. And then we got somebody juggling. Are we continuing from the top, or is this a new one?
The juggling guy is trying to figure out what character. So what character am I going to be?
All right.
And then at the end, you got the woman and the guy. They have reached their destiny, and this is more like work-wise. Like she's got a business, and he's like a doctor or something.
Looks
so
like they're having their aha moment.
All right, well,
it
the
out.
animation is confusing Bubble Elvis, so maybe we should go back to the words, right?
Yeah. Some people like me, we need to connect the dots with these things because this looks like a Picasso painting to me. I need a Rosetta Stone to figure it out.
Yep. Scratch your head. Cricket.
See, light bulb moment, right?
Does not compute, but it does now.
Does not compute. Does not compute.
That's funny.
There you go. So I thought reap an action, sow an action, reap a habit, sow a habit, reap a character. So okay, gotcha. Thoughts lead to actions, lead to habits, lead to character, it leads to destiny.
Mm-hmm. That's the thought.
And destiny leads to legacy.
I don't know. I'm hoping to leave a really good positive one when I'm no longer on this planet.
I think you will.
You are my density, Ralph. I love that. That's my favorite. It's my density too. It's one of my favorite movies. Oh goodness.
Yeah, and think about it. As we're doing things, we already are leaving behind a legacy. Really,
I like it, Bob Elvis.
It's a process.
Sow a destiny, reap a legacy. I'm writing that down too because I love it.
It's like beyond the destiny is the legacy, which is awesome.
I think the moral of the whole story, and pretty much any story on the Fishy channel, is you are more valuable. You have more self-worth than you give yourself credit for.
Amen.
You are more than you give yourself credit for. Embrace that.
Yeah, my butt hurts. What? Okay.
Hate leads
I
to
like chocolate.
suffering.
Humor.
Uh-huh.
Let's dance to that one, huh?
He's poking. I sense much fear in you. Yeah, it is kind of like Star Wars, though, Ralph. I totally can relate to that. Yoda was a wise little Muppet.
And CGI character.
Right. But I'm a huge fan.
Well, being it's at
I'm
the
just
top
waiting
of
for a
the
meme of a fan to show up on the screen.
Of a what?
A fan.
A fan?
She said she was a fan of Star Wars, and I was just waiting for you to prop up a fan.
Yeah. There's a joke that runs around in the music circle that says I'm a big metal fan, and then they show the big fan that's made out of metal.
Oh,
And
well, I
it's
can show you some
spinning.
teeth.
There you go.
Smoking. Oh, thanks, Seth. You're very kind.
Yeah, since we're at the top of the hour, I think I'm going to show our little intro thing for anybody that didn't see it. That's good
Yay.
thought to it. So that'll be
Good.
about a 2.5 minutes. So if anybody has to potty break or
jam out.
anything, go ahead. Or you can jam out to it. So
Drink some coffee.
I'm going to work toward my potty break by drinking.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, enjoy this, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. It's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines.
Right on.
Yeah, it was on repeat, apparently. It's like, no, we're not repeating right now.
Yes, that was Back to the Future. It was my favorite. I love George McFly.
Oh, Back to the Future. That's a good one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I hope everybody got up and danced.
I did.
I
Team Fun
did
Time.
not get up, but I did dance.
Ooh, Team Fun Times. Yay! Good to see ya.
Welcome. Woot, woot.
Let's see. Oh, and I think I heard that, Lori, that you got to see your button on the stream. I wasn't able to be at, but I'm gonna play your button.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
My man's.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Sure. It's totally me, man.
Yeah, there you go. I thought
It
of
felt
you.
like I was going 90 miles an hour into
Yep.
that intro. I loved it.
I was headbanging. I was all about it.
Yeah, I went through all the the copyright free YouTube rocky kind of songs, and I was like, there we go, that's the one. That song I use.
It fits me. I know when you'd ask me, you were like, "What's your catchphrase again? What do you say on your channel?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you might want to put the asterisk in there because it's
Yeah,
appropriate,
which
but
I did. It's all good.
But it works. It worked.
It does. It worked. Oh, and thank you, Team Fun Times.
Someday I will make some merch, and it'll say that on there.
That
I'm
would
gonna
be
have to come
cool.
up with some catchphrases. The only one I really have is "Have a scrap happy day."
Yeah, but you got the chunklets and all the other cool little things too.
Yeah, but those are words. They're not catchphrases.
But I kind of like words, Gil. Come on.
Well, I like words, but when you put them together, they become phrases, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to think.
Me too.
Yeah, I was doing that too. I was scratching my head.
Well, I mean, everybody's got their own little thing, right? I mean, what they do or whatever. And they all have a story that goes with it. And it's all interesting and fun, and just depends on what you want to convey, right? Oh, dude, you sunk my battleship. Sorry, I found a little peg on the floor that belongs to the battleship game.
We weren't even trying, Fishy.
What was that? What weren't we trying? The battleship?
She said you sunk my battleship. I says we weren't even trying.
The little piece that goes in the battleship game. I just found it on my phone.
A11.
Hit. Miss. Oh, goodness. Wanda, Fishy has to get monetized before she shows her face.
Yep, that's the thought. Once monetized, that's my milestone. Then I will turn the camera on, unless I decide otherwise.
You're over 1,000 subscribers now. How much more of that watch time do you need?
I want to say it's 3,300, but I'm gonna look right now and just see what it is actually right at the moment.
Okay.
Because it was a lot closer at one point, but then you know how it goes.
It's a rolling 12-month period. So you gain some, you lose some. You gain some, you lose some.
You lose. It's like, darn it.
It's like a bad diet for me, I'm telling you.
It's like a bad diet.
It's Little Debbie all over again.
Oh, yeah. See, it's worse than I said. Okay, it's 3,283 public watch hours right now, and I need 4,000.
So you need about 800 more.
So a lot. It was like down to like 20 hours at one point, up to like 800 now. But it is what it is. It'll get there one day.
You will get there. You will get there. Because people want to see your face. Your beautiful face.
Do they want to see my face? And, well, you guys have seen my face, so that's why you're like, yep, put your camera on.
Everybody else needs to see your lovely face, though.
Yes.
Telling you guys it's worth the wait.
It is.
Aw. Laura says, I think she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Well, Fishy's been, as we've been talking, Fishy, it's good and bad, right? Right now, there's been a lot of emotional and figuring out, and so it's a little bit of a struggle, but there's hope, and it'll be a better life very soon, hopefully. So it's starting now, really. I mean, there's already things that are better already in all reality. There's always positives somewhere. So
sure. And while you're probably terrified of your future because it's an unknown, I get that. I can understand how that feels. It still gives you hope. I think
does.
A lot of that comes down to is hope.
It is a weird place to be because, okay, for the first couple days, like I said, all I was thinking of is like the normality and what I'm missing, and then just the unknowns were so scary that all I could do is cry for a couple days. But then now that I have a place where I can be for however long I need while I'm figuring out, that part felt less shaky. Like, okay, at least I have a place to reside while I'm figuring out things. But even in the midst of, at the beginning when I was crying all the time, there was still a sense of like freedom and hope like I didn't have before. It's like, yes, I'm hurting, but there's like a sense of hope too. And that's getting to be stronger now that I'm less in that state that I was here a few days ago. Because if I stayed in that toxic environment, there would have never been any hope. A doormat would have been it, if that makes sense. That would have been the level. That's it. There would be no more. Where now I have the ability to grow more, to fly free. Fishy flying free.
Well, and you have options. I think that's the difference, is when you're stuck in a situation where you don't have any options, it's really hard to progress, and it's hard to see the other side of the mountain, so to speak. You feel like you're just climbing and climbing and climbing. There's no summit. But when you're in a situation where you're not in the middle of the crisis, or in the environment anymore, and you have a chance to breathe and take
Yes.
inventory and just relax a little bit and go, you know what? Now I can think a little clearer and maybe break things into a smaller piece that's more manageable instead of have it be so overwhelming all at once. And I think for me, especially, and maybe for you guys too, that feeling of overwhelming, it puts you kind of in your own circle of, and then you just can't find a way out.
Yeah, because now I mean, it's different because I haven't had choice. That word choice that some people don't like. Well, I like it because I haven't had choice in like forever. So now it's scary because it's new. I get to make decisions, have to make decisions, but some of it is choice, and that's kind of nice. It's like it's different, it's new, but I get to actually make some choices for myself. And like Toyman said here, the human body can only take so much stress before the human body decides it's going to quit because of too much stress. And I have had really bad bouts with my syndrome. And then with depression and stuff, there's been a couple times where I was almost not here anymore, be it body or just my own intentions, because you get so depressed that you just want to be all gone.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not the answer. Obviously, we all know that when we're in a more stable sense of mind, but when you're that low, you don't have reality and I guess and the right thinking when you're in that spot.
I think one of the things that I used to tell myself when I would get to those situations is that life might suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. And I think that was one of the things that kind of pulled me out of a lot of my funk, is that the alternative is unacceptable. And now being in the situation that I'm in now and realizing that life is precious, regardless of how terrible it might feel,
Yes.
still being on this side of the ground is really, really lovely. And I'm allowed to make what I want of it. And it's not
Yeah.
always easy. But
Yeah, it's better to be here as long as we're able to be and have grow and have that better life that we wanted. If
well,
you came from a bad place, that is.
and I kind of look at a lot of the people that we've met recently, especially on the social medias and whatnot, as kind of the lifeline. Like Laura Lee said, it's when you reach out and climb out of that black hole. Sometimes you're really at the bottom of that well, and sometimes you have to really reach hard and stand on your tippy toes to find that rope. But the first step is being able to find like-minded people who are offering you transparently the things that you can use, the perspectives that you need, the encouragement, and also the tough love, the little kick in the butt that some of us need, because I need that. Every now and again I need somebody to tell me, hey, you've come through this already, keep going. It's not always easy, but there are people out there who can help. Hey, J&J, welcome.
Hunting and stuff with J&J. Great to see you. And just so everybody knows, I did pin my PayPal in the chat, only if they feel like they would like to donate anything to help in this time. And if nobody can or wants to, that's fine too. I'm just putting it there in case anybody has on their heart to do so. And I also want to thank everybody that has, because see, Toyman did a stream last week, I think it was, and anyways, there was many people that pitched in, and it was very nice. It's helped out a lot.
Well, and to be fair, I realize that there are a lot of people who are in situations where they can't monetarily assist with other people when they have struggle and whatnot. And that's okay too. People don't need to feel guilty for not being able to do that. Just being a positive reinforcement or just being there to listen sometimes is enough. And people aren't, trolling the interwebs for money and,
No.
help me. I mean, but if you have the means and you can, that's awesome. But if you don't, sometimes it just helps to just be able to talk to somebody. I've met a lot of people here on Fishy's channel that have reached out to me on other platforms, and we've had some great conversations. Sometimes I need that. I need that for me.
And that can be, that's treasured even more than money in
Yep.
reality. Good friendships and just people being here to be supportive. That's priceless. You can't put money on that. It's wonderful.
I know sunflowers. I've been there too. I've stood on that cliff many a time and looked down and went, maybe this pain could just go away. And I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling of complete and utter rock bottom helplessness. It's not a good, fun place to be in for anybody. But you do need to understand that you're not by yourself. You're not alone. There are people
No.
who can listen objectively and not judge you for the situation that you're in. Because, to be fair, all of us on the panel probably, and most of you in the chat, have experienced that kind of helplessness or that kind of depression where you just feel like there's no way out. There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
But
you
there
feel
is.
very, very isolated, and you feel like, it's only you that's been through that. No matter what that circumstance is, be it a verbal abuse, physical abuse, or other things, you can feel like you're the only one that's been through that. But then you find out you're not.
And help comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes and forms, friends, taking up a hobby,
Dogs.
going out to, to treat yourself to dinner, dogs, pets, cats if you like cats, any number of those things can help your mental well-being, and that's the first step to your life well-being.
I concur.
God, Laura, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's one thing I have to say for myself in my walk. Even when it seemed really dark and scary and depressing for myself, I've always had my God with me. God in my path, and my faith there. So,
well, and that's important. I mean, for you, that's the foundation or the basis for what helps you keep going. And for a lot of people,
Yes.
they need that, and that's okay too.
That's a huge thing.
Hey, welcome back, Wolf.
A lot of people, when they don't have God or God in their life and stuff, it can be very difficult. And sometimes some people will turn to things that aren't so good, like drugs, alcoholism, and other bad ideas to try to figure out their life.
Well, and in some cases, to be fair, that is the mental block that's holding some people back, and that is an addiction, or that is a bad habit, or that is something that they're striving to change that is holding them back, or it is self-defeating behavior. So, I mean,
Dude classic. I love that name. Have no fear, the classic is here. Love it, man.
Dude Classic. That is great. That's a great name.
Well, and I agree, Sunflowers. I mean, I do therapy twice a month, and it's going to be an ongoing long-term process for me. But sometimes it helps to just reach out and talk to a friend and not have to do the hard deep dive into what really makes me tick. Sometimes I just need a friend to listen to me cry, or to just kind of rub my shoulder or give me a hug. Sometimes you need that, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But I'm like you. I'm looking for inspiration in other people. I'm looking for that glimmer of hope sometimes, or I'm looking for that thing that makes the light bulb go off, because I struggle just like everybody else does.
Yep, and on that note, I have another little button I'm going to push. That's
Yay,
inspiring.
Button.
So sit back and relax.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.
I love that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I figure that's a good button to push. Another more inspiration
One of the
and
best.
related to our topic.
Yes, sir.
Because,
you do deserve
like
a happy life free of stress. I agree.
yep. And we all are perfectly imperfect. None of us will ever be perfect. We're human beings.
And it's supposed
can
to
only
say
strive to
all, not
be-
are.
It's okay. We're very fluent in typo. Trust me.
Yeah, that and Google Translate. I'm really good at that too.
I got beef fingers too, so trust me.
What?
Beef
We need
fingers.
to do a live stream on my channel too.
Fat fingers. Beefy fat fingers. We fat
Oh my
fingers.
goodness.
Yeah.
Typos. It's a joke.
I know.
Well, and to be fair, Wolf talks to his phone. He does the text to speech thing, and he's got an accent, and so we call it a speech peppermint. It's a speech impediment, but his phone has a speech peppermint because he can't. Every time he tries to do something, it'll type it in something else, and he'll hit send before he proofreads it, and we giggle and we joke about it all the time because it's pretty funny.
Speech to text can be so much fun.
It is if you speak English, but if you've got a real Southern drawl, it doesn't understand what you're saying.
Yep. So there's hope, folks. There's hope that you can pivot. There's pivot points, right? You can pivot and go down a different path. You don't have to have tunnel vision anymore. Look outside the box. We can unlearn bad behaviors, or if that's a need be, or just stay away from the toxicity of others.
Well, and one of the things one of the things that I've been learning is that you have to sometimes unlearn what you've learned. I lived in crisis mode my entire life, and as I progressed and things changed, my situation changed. Sometimes that survival mode that I had been in my whole life no longer serves my situation. So I have to literally forget all of the things that I knew, and learn something different and change the toolbox around a little. And that's hard. It's hard for people to unlearn things that you've been doing for sometimes 30 years. And that takes time. It's not something that you can just erase your memory and block it out. You have to cope with it. You got to deal with it and try to learn something new. And you can teach an old dog new tricks. I'm proof of that. I mean,
Yep, exactly. And that's where you have your boundaries, and you don't have to do what other people tell you to do. Like myself, I have to unlearn that from being underneath, be it my parents or then in marriage and all the things where I've been trampled upon for so long and been told what I need to do. Like basically not living my life, right? I'm living my life underneath somebody else. And so I have to unlearn that and learn that I can actually live for my own, and I'll be okay, and it'll be great.
Right. Congratulations, Michael. That's fantastic. As far as
day
being
32.
sober. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get the overwhelming feeling. And trust me, I watch your lives. I watch your stream. I know what's going on in your world. And my heart breaks for you every day. It's not an easy spot to be in.
You are doing a lot of the right things, though, my friend. I'm going to say that. Just from what I've heard in your more recent live streams, I know how much hurt you're going through, but you're doing pretty much everything that we're talking about tonight. You are taking those steps. You're taking little chunklets, little small steps, and you're making those changes that you need to. And honestly, I'm proud of you.
I am too. And I know that feeling of broken. I do know that feeling all too well. And it becomes very overwhelming. But, you know, finding commonality, finding the people who are supporting you on your streams, finding the people who want to sit and talk and help you sometimes distract and feel more positive about your situation is really important. Hey, Drunken Chef. Hi, Redneck Connection. Hit the like button or he'll put a huge spider on your face when you sleep. I don't like spiders, so I don't like that. Just saying.
Drunken Chef Barbecue, and yeah, the Redneck Connection.
I'm all about barbecue right now. I'm starving. Hashtag chunklets. I'd like a chunklet of brisket right now. Somebody want to deliver
Oh
that?
man, I am so hungry.
You're so hungry. Are you hungry?
I am hungry.
Uh-oh,
I'm
he's
hungry.
gonna start getting hangry on us, I think.
Nah,
Have a Snickers, Gil. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
And just
I
a
got to
side
affect that change for the better.
just a side note to the people here that just so you know, I can do things also if anybody would like me to. I can do intros, you know, I can do editing. I also draw, so I was thinking maybe I would draw some pictures and see if anybody's interested of like buying some original drawings that Fishy's made. Basically, just trying to figure out little ways in the meantime that I can maybe make a little money to help
She's
me
good.
in the
Really
meantime.
good.
So, like here, for example, here I'll show you a little something I made for Ron, and then I'll show you some of the drawings I have made, and then you guys, I don't know, just think about it. So here you go. Here's something I made for Ron.
I love that.
So that'll be for his new channel, his gaming channel. And then, oh, I got to change rooms. Got other rooms here. Ooh. Oh, and if you guys were local, I could like make you homemade brownies, but you're kind of far away. So. You can make your own, Lori. That's the next thing you're gonna make. You're gonna make brownies now. Anyway,
I
see.
told you I was going to be baking cookies later.
Oh, that's right, cookies. Anyway, so here's like a drawing of an actual YouTuber. He had a competition, and I took at it, and yeah, this is a realistic drawing of a YouTuber that I know.
I know who it is. Oh, I know who that is too.
I know who
No
that is.
way. Yeah, here this resembles obviously me and Toyman, me on the piano and Toyman on the drums, a cartoon version of such.
So cool.
Here's Toyman catching fishy idea. You know, I drew this too. So I'm gonna show you some of the artwork.
That's another channel, Laura Lee. That's not here.
Oh. So these are just some of the drawings I've done that I've uploaded to show off, I guess. So yeah.
I like that one.
I like the one with the waterfall too.
Yeah. This one, my thought was, well, I did this one first, right? A circle drawing and everything's intact inside and it's in color. But then I wanted to do this one. This one's just in pencil, but then what I wanted to do is kind of make it go outside the circle a little bit, right? So I have like the tree out of it and the water's coming out of the circle. So
you know those two pictures that you just showed, I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of opening up new opportunities. Like you got that one there and the water's in the circle, and then the other one there that you drew and the water is coming out. It's like it's open. You can be free. The water can reach.
I can. Oh, it's yeah, yeah. From what I can see, because you can't see it probably, but I can see you in the basement. The water is literally going on top of you right now. They're Gil skills, actually.
I thought I felt something.
Drip.
Yeah,
Drip.
No bones about it.
No.
Anyway. And then of course I can create stickers for people too. I've made these or logos for merch, right? Because we've used this for stickers and for our merch on t-shirts and such. So just different
ideas. If you are inspiring YouTubers, she can make all sorts of stuff. Banners, avatars, she can draw.
I have made business cards for people. In the past, we did have a sponsor for the show, and I made a little video for them and promoted them every week and made them, they actually wanted business cards and they were happy with those. So, I mean, there's lots of things I can do. It's just finding people that would like these things. So, yeah. And if anybody wants merchy kind of stuff, I should be able to do that soon. I still have to get my press and my totes. Hopefully they're still there, kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway.
I really like the fact that we talk about these sort of things on here. You know, we take it seriously and we bring our perspectives and experiences to light to try to help other people with their experiences. But I want to also say that even though we've been through things and we're going through our own paths, we don't know everything. We don't know everything we're learning. We'll learn until the day we die. So I don't want you to feel like we know it all or have all the answers. We're just simply sharing what we've learned on our experiences. And we're hoping that it can help you with some of the things in your life and experiences. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I don't know everything. I'm not even close. I've rarely scratched the surface of my own potential. That's the way I feel.
We're all in a process and a progress. None of us are like certified therapists or anything. We're just expressing what we know and hoping that we can, well, help our own selves first, of course, and then help you all too, and to the best of our knowledge. That's all we can do.
We just want to make people happy. We want people to, have better lives, not fall into the same traps that some of us have been in.
Be a better human being.
Well,
and how to get out of some of those traps.
And I think for some of us, I mean, at least for me, speaking from personal experience, I get a great deal of satisfaction out of helping other people. And so I feel good when something that I might say or do or teach from my own experience can pull somebody out and make them feel accepted or make them feel better. Obviously, I can't fix anything or I can't solve their problem, but it makes me feel good when somebody says, hey, you really helped me today, or thanks for listening, or thanks for being my friend. And that makes me feel good. And it makes me go, you know what? I'm not perfect either. And I can learn something from this person as well. But it does. It helps you feel good when you're part of a collective group of people who we all just want to, we just all want a better life. That picture is classic.
Oh my gosh. I like his t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, see, he's excited. He got the Fishy t-shirt.
Yes. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Well, and I mean, to be fair, I mean, I came to your the Toy Man and Fishy show one time, and I was just like, wow, this is really fun. This is a great group of people, and I really enjoyed it. And it's changed a lot of my perspectives about positivity and just the whole, just surrounding myself with more people who are more driven towards better things. Because before I was immersed in a whole lot of drama and just a lot of negativity, and it does change the way that you look at things or look at your future. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have found a different side of a community that seemed really toxic at first.
Here's a button to reflect on those toxic and crybabies. Are you ready? Toxic crybabies.
This is my favorite. That is like my absolute favorite.
Yep, crybabies.
Yep, that was definitely a crybaby.
Yeah, watch out for those toxic crybabies.
You're right. Well, then. That was one of those moments. It was like, well, I don't know what to make of that.
Hashtag allegedly.
But I will accept that in chunklets.
Well, I mean, you have to have fun, and I mean, if that wasn't fun enough,
that was very fun.
Well, laughter sometimes is the best medicine too. I mean,
absolutely.
Sometimes you need that distraction. We call it. That's what I call it. I call it a distraction. And sometimes
Yep.
just goofing off and laughing and having like-minded people around you is good for the soul. That belly laugh or where your face hurts so bad from smiling. And sometimes we all need that break.
And you know, if like when you have like trolls, let's say, come into your streams, I mean, you're not supposed to really feed them what they want. So you can either ignore them, block them, or you can do this.
You could win them over too, you know.
I know. That's okay. More watch time. Thank you. Come on in.
We always say hi, haters. Thanks for the view.
The haters turn into lovers, in a platonic sense. I mean,
this is PG-13, Gil. Careful.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cross
the
boundary.
This is all about Gil now. This is all about Gil.
Buddy. Have a Snickers.
Nothing but respect.
I know what's wrong.
You get rated R when you're hungry.
Hey, Lori, I know what's wrong. I didn't play his button yet, so let's play his button, and he'll be less tame.
Button.
Yes. And by the way, for people that don't know this, that music in there, I did all that. That was like my first official made up song, I guess you could say, created by me. And it was in honor of Gil Skills. And I'm not sure if he still has it, but I sent him a copy. And then I also, that's why that music is in his little button. Because, it's his music. It's me doing multiple instruments in that one for him.
You're creative.
I do like it.
So I got like tambourine and all kinds of things going. Piano.
Fishy does have skills.
She's got skills.
Have some of those. Another thought I had actually, and I don't know if anybody would take interest to this, but I had thought maybe I could do like paid sessions in a sense, like step by step of maybe drawing something or canning or cooking or whatever educational thing I know that somebody here would want to know, and step by step, like, and I'd have my camera on obviously, and they can see and they can ask questions. It's almost like a class, but virtual class is what it would be. Another idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So
I think virtually you can do just about anything. And
yes,
you can have classes, you can have sessions, you can have whatever, teach people to do things that you do. And it can be lucrative if need be.
Yep. So there's many things I could do. So it's just figuring out which I would offer and what people would think of it. Can always try.
Sunflower says, I don't know which is more annoying, Fishy's troll button or actual trolls.
Yep, there you go.
Doesn't Scrapper Wolf have a button?
He does. I haven't played a lot of buttons, so I was thinking I might just kind of go through and push buttons of people I think were here or are here.
Lady Love, how are you, sweet pea?
Whoa.
How you doing, girl?
Lady Love.
That's not how you spell classes. It's not flasses. It's classes. Okay, there we go.
I went there. I'm sorry. I need a timeout. My mom's calling.
Your mom's calling. Sure, she is.
Timeout.
All
right. Self-imposed boundaries.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it.
Let's see. Okay, Nora was here, so I'm gonna play Nora. I'm just gonna go in order of who I know was here or is here. That way, everybody got done. Okay, Nora. All right, now Toy Man's button.
That is so huggy. That is so huggy bear.
And as I'm playing these, folks, just know these are all things I put together, and these are ideas that I could do for you. Anyways, yes, Wolfie's here, so this is for Wolfie. So yeah, let's see who else. Let's see. Okay, if there's anybody else. Ooh, this is a fun one. Even though he's not here, I'm gonna play it anyways. Oh no, he was here earlier. TJ. So I'm gonna play this one. Okay, there's a lot of thought there because people would call him like Bumblebee or something. He's into drones, and it kind of morphed into that. See, okay.
I'm watching that and I'm like, well, if he's a bumblebee, he should be able to fly. Why is he riding like a drone?
I was thinking that too, but I mean, maybe he was tired and
he was just tired. That's why he has his drones.
He needed a break. I get it.
And his new name had fart in it, so maybe he needs time to fart too. You know, it's hard to do that when you're flying.
Maybe that's what he's using to fuel the drone.
Crop dusting.
Maybe that's what the noise in the song is.
Right on.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I have too many buttons.
That's too much Taco Bell right there.
Yes.
A funnier button for Gil?
A funnier button? Be careful. She might actually do it.
She will.
Let's see.
Donate to the cause. You can
donate to the cause.
Have Fishy make juice box videos for people who are generally in her thing. See?
Yeah, that's true. If you donate, I'll make sure you get a button if you don't have one yet. Here's an idea. Here's Ron dancing, but I can always replace the head of the person dancing. So look at this, and we can pretend this is Gil. So there you go. Just pretend your head was on there instead of his, and there you go.
Nobody would believe that's me.
No, he doesn't wear those kind of clothes.
Way too skinny of a character for me.
Oh, I gotta go find Santa Claus. Are you saying?
And your clothes are cooler too. I mean, those clothes are a little outdated.
Yeah, they were funky.
Ron's clothes, to be fair, are much cooler than that too. Ron
could make just about anything happen. Like he made that look good.
Look at I don't dance like that at all. No, he doesn't. That's funny. And then real quick, I'm gonna play Sparky 107. I don't think he was here. He left a comment from like a week ago, but if he's here, he'll see it. If not, you guys can see the brand new Sparky button. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sparky.
He's in the trains. Here we go. There you go.
Choo
You
choo,
guys need an
MFer.
intro, outro, a through row, throw rug, row. Fishy's your gal.
I do lots of things. I can do lots of things.
We had a stream one time though where we got up to what I think it was 30 likes or whatever, and then Ron danced for us. Remember? In real
Yeah,
time.
he
did live.
did. And
It was either
for real,
Christmas. It was either the Christmas special or his birthday. I can't remember.
You know, we have about like 10 minutes left. If somebody like donates, we could have Ron come up and dance live.
He can dance if he
How
wants
does
to.
that
He can do the
sound?
fun.
I know he would. He would do that for me. So,
Do the safety dance for us.
what now?
Oh,
What'd you
Ron
say?
can do the safety dance for us.
Yes. Yep.
I
Hey,
would
Ron.
dance if
Ron
somebody
in the
donated.
chat. You should write. Yeah, Ron, put in the chat like how much somebody needs to donate or something, and then you can go up and dance.
He says that sounds like
You
a
know.
bad idea. I think it sounds like a great
It's a great idea. Come on, Toy Man. It's a great idea. You've done it before.
Do it. Do it. Come on, Elvis.
Yeah, first he has to commit, and then somebody has to donate before we're done. And then there you go.
We can
That's how it
volunteer
works.
him. We can just volunteer him.
Don't do it, Ron. He will.
It's a
He won't.
trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
$20 gets a Gil Skills shuffle. I'm not dancing, so don't even.
Oh.
I'm not even going to put a dollar amount on that. Oh, no dancing.
You could do a hand dance.
I can headbang.
I could raise the ceiling.
Oh, look what he said.
Whoop, whoop. $50.
$50 and I will dance, he says. $50.
I'm not gonna grift anybody's money to see me do anything. Screw that noise.
So $20, Gil Skills will do the shuffle, and for $50, Toyman will do a dance.
They are separate,
Any
by the way.
takers?
So if you want to see Gil Skills shuffle, you got to pay $20, and then if you want to see
Yes.
Toyman dance, you have to pay $50 separately.
Yes, there are separate affairs going on here.
Separate.
Something.
Yeah, what you said.
Exactly.
Exactly. Gosh, it's already coming up on 2 hours. I can't believe it. That went really fast.
Time
Yes, it's
flies
very
when you're having
fast.
fun.
Except I have to say my feet are very cold.
Yeah,
Very
it's cold
cold.
in here too.
I got to get up and dance.
It's not Minnesota cold, but it is cold.
Oh, guess what? Guess what?
What?
I got $20.
Ooh.
Really?
I just did. And the
Gil?
person in the chat can. I don't know if they don't want me to say or not, so I'm just not going to say who it is unless they want me
Well,
to.
don't say who it is, but what do they want? What does that go toward? Is that like a Gil Skills thing or a Ron thing?
Ron's was $30 bigger, so I guess it's
Yeah.
a
Right, but-
couple.
Right, but it could be toward that.
That's true. Maybe we wait. Do we wait for a few minutes and see if there's another 30 that pops in? Because if there's another 30, then Ron dances.
Well, I don't want to cheat anybody out of a shuffle if that's what they wanted.
For
I
$500,
drink
I'll
coffee.
drink a
I
coffee.
drink coffee all
I
day.
don't want to
and
give
do
you a
it
free
for
shuffle if that's toward the $50 to watch Ron dance.
Well, this person they're connected with me, so they can let me know behind the scenes if they want.
Yes, they can. They should.
So the person that just donated $20, let me know behind the scenes. Do you want Gil Skills to do the shuffle, or do you want to wait a few minutes? Maybe, and then if there's $50, they can see Ron dance. Otherwise, if there's not $50, they could still see Gil Skills.
But I tell you
Shuffle.
what, I'll make a deal with y'all, okay? If we can get to $50, I'll dance with Ron. At the same time. Not
There-
with Ron, but at the same time.
With Ron.
At the same time, you guys can go side by side. And you guys can bump butts on the virtually. That'd be good. That'd be good, Yucks. I'd pay for that.
I would no.
I'd buy that for $1.
50.
Yeah, Seth, I believe you did. You donated in the last bout of donations, and that was wonderful. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and thank you everybody that's helped out. Go
That
figure.
sounds a little creepy. It is creepy, Joy Man, but it's funny.
I didn't mean it that way.
It's like poking people. Ow! My Prius.
All right. The person that donated said whatever we would like to do, so maybe we'll just wait a moment and just see if we, before we end, if we don't get any more, it'll be a shuffle for you, and if we do get
Well,
enough,
if we
then
get $30 more, you're going to get both. Ron's going
you're
to
gonna
come
get
up
a
and do a
double.
dance, and I'll do
You're
my
gonna get a
shuffle,
double.
and-
Ooh.
That's right. It's a 2-for-1.
It's a twofer.
A BOGO.
It's a BOGO.
No, yeah, look, she had to totally disappear because she's laughing her butt off.
I can't
Yes,
do
she
it.
is.
Losfer.
Come on,
Can't do it.
people.
We have to live stream.
Twofer. What the heck, man?
Come on, let's go, people. I want to thank the person that did donate.
You guys are
Also,
killing
thank
me.
you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you,
But
seriously.
yeah, if anybody else does it, come on, it could be a twofer.
Ron, you know the real score, buddy, okay? That makes it weird.
Now it's starting to sound creepy. I agree with you, Toy Man. Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, let's go, peoples. Let's go.
It's creeptastic.
It's fantastic. Here, let's get
Do the
some
chunk-
going in circles music going.
Doing the chunklet dance.
Ron's getting scared.
This is going in circles. Yes,
I like that.
we'll listen to that for a little bit, and then we'll see what happens, eh? Hey?
There she
You
goes
betcha.
talking like a Canadian
You
again.
betcha.
Hey?
Yeah.
Allegedly. Hashtag allegedly. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
No, we'll for the right cause. Sure.
Yes, Canadians do rule, eh?
Eh.
Tell me about it.
Hey, I am close enough to Canada where I could be an honorary Canadian.
I'm glad I'm not close to Canada anymore. I was.
Come get your tapioca.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you
I've never
betcha.
had a donaire.
Eh?
That's another
Donaire.
thing I can do is I can, well, at some point when I have a piano again, I guess. I could make music again.
Well, somebody's got to step up.
Poor Gil doesn't want to be alone.
Look at the dogs are looking at him like, what?
Chair.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Make it rain! Make it rain!
Look at that, folks, for $20.
The dogs are like, what should I just step in?
I hope it was worth it.
Thank you, whoever donated.
Oh, yes, I'm okay.
Oh,
I'm
the,
okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
the puppy's wondering about you.
I'm okay.
Aww.
Fine. Okay.
That was totally worth it.
Yep.
Wow, we still have the same amount of people watching. I figured I'd scare some people away.
No,
That
they
was
might
lovely.
grab some more people.
That was lovely.
Oh, JDS is here. I do have a button for JDS.
Hey.
GDS is like, what have I come in on? He's a flying Canuck. I love it.
All right, here's a button for JDS.
That's awesome. The dogs are growling. Like, don't do that again.
They're growling at you. Oh my.
Yeah. Easy.
All right. Well, we are coming up in that 2 hours. So, is there anything else you would like to talk about in summary of what we've been talking about today?
Takeaways today. Sow a destiny, reap a legacy. Thank you for that, Ralph. I love it. And Gil, respect is acknowledging someone's boundaries and accepting them. Those are my takeaways today. I love them. I'm going to use them to draw inspiration.
My takeaways are very simple. I love you guys.
Oh,
Oh,
Feel your love somewhere.
we love
just like
you,
5
man.
o'clock somewhere, you're loved somewhere. Find your love.
yeah, and just remember that you're not stuck. You know, you can find that light bulb, and you can keep going. You can escape from the cookie cutter.
Oh, those
thought.
cookies look so good.
I want cookies.
And remember that we all have our own manual, and it doesn't make it right or wrong if it's different from somebody else's manual. Right?
Question either.
Oh, the question about boundaries. You know, make sure you guys have boundaries. And it's nice when you can respect each other's boundaries. Oh, are you? Is he dancing in the basement? I can only see this.
He can dance if he wants to.
Oh, I can see this. Hey, Toy Man, do you have your headset on? No, he's dancing with a wig on. Am I supposed
He's
to bring
got a
him
wig
up or
on?
something?
Wow.
I think I'll bring him
Thank you,
up. He's
Steve.
gonna get mad. Are you ready?
Well, and thanks to everybody who came and talked with us. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Here's your bonus dance right there. Dude, it's like Joey
He can
Ramone.
dance if he wants to. I'm going to leave my pride behind. If he can't dance, he knows he can't dance when he's wearing a wig. That's
20,
fine.
20, 24 hours to go. I want to be.
Oh my goodness. Texas
Nothing to do,
tornado
nowhere
in
to
Canada.
go.
So just remember, folks.
I wanna
Will you
be
donate?
sedated. He looks like Joey Ramone, dude.
Boy, we are really ending the stream with a bang.
So the person that
Oh.
donated, you get extra dance here. Woo!
Thank you.
Yes.
I will.
Was it worth it? I think so.
It was
Now he's
absolutely.
turned his camera off. He's like, I'm done.
That was fantastic.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for. Oh yeah, he's like, what the again?
Not all Canadians are that weird. Yes, you are, Laura. You're all that weird.
Anyways,
JDS is a
thank
flyer.
Well,
Toy man.
oh, there he is. He's back.
The things I do for Fishy.
Thank you for that.
Hey, no problem. You're here
Yeah,
to
did
make
you have
people
any-
laugh. Might as well
Did you
just
have any
go
words
out
to
good.
say? I mean, if you want to, I have to actually go use the fishy room real quick. I'll be right back. But if
I'm
you
a
want
loss
any
for
words,
words.
Oh,
so if
well,
there's
what can I say? You know,
Well-
if people want to see a dance, so there you go. There's your dance.
well, Toy Man, maybe you can just I don't know, give them suggestions, ideas, what they can do to help, and I'll be right back. And then when I come back, I'll play our
Well,
intro for an outro, and then we'll be done.
you know,
Okay. So
Just-
anything you want to
just
say?
being
Go ahead.
here-
Your pearls of wisdom.
just being here supporting. If you want to donate, donate. You know, if not, support's always good for Fishy. I'm here to support her no matter what. So
Well, I appreciate everybody who's here. I appreciate the wisdom. I appreciate the fellowship, the positivity. All of you.
mhm.
Just remember, you are enough. You do deserve good things.
Yep.
And tomorrow is another day. One day at a time, baby.
Exactly. You know, starting out and starting over, it's always rough and rocky. As you go down the road, everything starts smoothing out again. You know, it'll always smooth out. So if you want it bad enough, you'll work at it and do a lot of
That's really
changing.
good advice too. It's not
You
going to
know.
just come to you.
No, it won't. You have to go after it and work hard to get it. So, and then, of course, try and stay away from controlling people.
Toxic, controlling,
Yeah, exactly.
narcissistic.
Yeah. You know, when it's a one-sided thing, it's never going to work.
Me too, Steve.
It's
I
a
need
two-way
a
street.
break. All that dancing made me tired.
So you're tired.
I'm
You
tired
just
watching you guys dance, and I'm hungry
Oh.
looking at cookies. And
Half the people in the chat need a cigarette after watching you dance.
I just finished mine.
Well, you never know what crazy things I'm gonna do next down here. You know?
We love that unpredictable.
Yeah.
Keeps us
But
on our
I'm here.
toes.
It's here all in good fun. So
Ron's bonus features.
Toy Man OnlyFans? Wait, what?
yeah, that'll never happen.
Oh Lord have mercy.
I like to live a little longer, right? Okay. So.
Oh. Well, you guys all put a big smile on my face today. I feel great. And I'm really grateful to have this place and this space.
Likewise.
I'm glad you have a
Likewise.
smile. We're here for you.
Yeah.
You know that.
Oh yeah.
Big smile.
It's a good thing. Haven't used these muscles in a while.
Yeah, people were saying about a Toy Man's Only Friends page. I said, yeah, I like to live a little longer.
You want to live a little longer. Yeah, that'd be good. Huh?
You know what I mean, right?
Yep. That means no homemade cheesecake for you.
Oh, for love of Pete.
Oh, geez, that looks so good. Wow.
Homemade brownies.
Ah.
Hey, anybody want to hire me to make some food? That I could do.
You can come down here and make some food.
Look at, Toy Man's tried it. Look, he's like,
I need help packing.
I'd like
I'll
you to
come help
make
you
a
pack.
giant Twinkie for me again.
Oh, those
that
apple
I
things that she had were delicious looking.
She wanted to keep my car. Lucky I got it back.
I love that car. That's an awesome car. It rides way too well. It's easy to drive. Oh, here's one. This one here.
Oh, that I want those.
This this is sugar free, folks. Sugar free, and it tastes really good. Like so good, you don't know that there's no like actual carbs in this. It's really good.
Is that your take on the Hostess cupcakes?
Yes.
Yeah. Like.
Oh man.
And they taste so good that people like I brought them to the gym where I work out and I trade by cleaning for a membership there. I brought them there I think twice, and people tried them and they're like, "Are you sure these are good for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's no flour in them, there's no refined sugar in them, but they taste so good you wouldn't believe it." So yep, it's good stuff. And of course, you got Toy Man making his omelet here the other day.
That looked delicious.
That's an omelet?
Yeah.
It's a deep, what's it called? Deep dish omelet? Christmas omelet?
Deep dish Christmas omelet. It's got everything in there. You know, mushrooms, green and red pepper, onions.
Looked like a deep dish pizza. That's why I was asking, like in a pan.
I want a pizza.
And here, I just did this design as a future thought. I was thinking about doing like Fishy podcasts, and that's actually me. Yes, by a microphone there. See?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's after we got your hair done.
Yep. Yeah, I got my hair done, cut and styled, and I cropped me out of the actual photo, and I thought, hey, that might be cool to use for now until I actually show my face. It's actually me. Just turn the other way.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good idea.
That looks great.
I think that's a good idea too. Like if you decided you wanted to get into podcasts and make videos, you have a wonderful voice for that.
She does?
Yeah, I want to do podcasts. I think that would be a great avenue for me to try to pursue.
Yeah,
you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share with people too. So yes, do it.
She has a great voice, but we'll just need to get her a really good microphone.
Yeah. Oops, other way.
To enhance that even more, because that would even be better. So.
I agree.
So.
All right.
Well, thanks everybody.
Yeah. Any last words? Otherwise, I'm gonna push you can stay here, there, Tony, if you're planning to like bop out. I'm just gonna play the outro, and then we can chit chat if anybody has time to chit chat a little after. Otherwise, that's it. And I'm gonna go.
My last word is bacon.
Bacon.
I'm gonna make bacon. I'm so hungry.
Bacon.
I would have said Canadian bacon because I like that, but that would be 2 words.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you
Yeah,
next
you're
time.
awesome. Thank you for dropping by.
you never know what I'm going to show, do you?
Come
Thank-
back
thank
next
you.
time. What the
Yeah.
heck is going on here?
Thank you, everybody, for supporting Go Fish Office. Muchly
Yes.
appreciated.
I
Love
second,
you.
third, and fourth that.
You second, third, and fourth
Me
that.
too, neither.
And
Me
fifth.
too, neither. Okay, well, with that, we're going to do our outro, and then that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. You can always share this stream out to other people. They can always watch the replay. And thank you to everybody. Thank you to my co-host here. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Gil Skills. Of course. Thank you,
Thank
Toy
you for
Minutes Bar and
having
Grill.
me.
Oh,
Appreciate
my
you.
pleasure.
Yes.
It was a
All
lot
right.
of fun.
All right. Toodles, everybody. Woo!
See you.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I'd like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines